Racing Series late model pro stocks on the Speedway for our final event of the evening, the 30-lap main event for the late model pro stocks assembled behind the Western dealership's Holland Speedway pace truck. On the pole, it will be the Harson Manufacturing number 11 of Goliath's Pistol, Pete Sisti. On his outside of the Hengar Excavating number 27 from North Java, Dan Domanowski. Row number 2 to the inside. And the Harold Hill Incorporated, Mickey Savoy, number 66 from Olean, Mark Donahue. On the outside in the Ron Gear Excavating, Speedway Racing Bodies, Ranger Transportation number 10, Mike Fiebelkorn of Eden. Row number 3 to the inside. And the South Hills Auto Parts number 9, it's Sonny Whitmire out of Glenwood. On the outside of the Rucker Lumber number 65 from Eden, George Scora. Row 4 inside, the Drake Real Estate number 99, it's Mark Bliss of Arcade. On the outside of the Big G Roofing number 98 out of Lancaster, Joey Brainerd. A row back to the inside out of West Seneca, car number 7, it's Art Clark. On the outside in the Aurora Plumbing, Patrick Development, Draper Trucking 03 out of Arcade, it's Vern Bliss. In the Hamburg Overhead Door, Fulham Trucking 48, Rick Wiley of Derby. In the Northeast Machine number 22, Mike Stahl of Niagara Falls. In the Glenn Campbell Chevrolet 72, Matt Alex of East Amherst. In the Devon Manufacturing 76, Rick Jones of Arcade. In the 1, it's Billy Mislin. The Daryl's Car Audio 41 is Tommy Reese. The 18, Denny Newrider. The 21, Rich Sharp, Eldon King. And the 28, and Mike Reagan in the 73. 30 laps will be the distance. Out of turn number 4, the green flag is out, and we are racing. And it's Pete Sisti jumping into the early lead. In car number 11, Domanowski grabs second. Fiebelkorn and Donahue side by side for third and fourth. The field of late models wind their way through turns 3 and 4 with Sisti at the point. Domanowski on the chase. Fiebelkorn on the high side. Donahue downstairs. Out of turn number 2, they're tight, but they're clean down the back chute. Here comes Joe Brainerd. He moves up to the inside of Mark Donahue with George Scora right behind. Brainerd looking to make the pass on Donahue into the number 4 spot. Justice Fiebelkorn making a bid of the number 2 spot alongside of Domanowski. Sisti continues to lead. Fiebelkorn completing the pass on Domanowski out of turn number 2. And Mr. Ford by Fiebelkorn now up in second place. And the chase is on. He looks to pull to the inside of Pete Sisti down the back chute. Sisti takes the lead into turn number 3, but Fiebelkorn pulls alongside, and out of turn number 4, it's Mike Fiebelkorn out in front. Mike Fiebelkorn, your new race leader. Sisti drops back to run second. Domanowski is third, Donahue fourth, Brainerd is fifth. Vern Bliss on the charge in the 0-3. He's looking to challenge Joe Brainerd for the number 5 spot with George Scora right alongside in the 65. But it's Mike Fiebelkorn out in front in car number 10 looking to extend his lead over Pete Sisti in the 11. Some great racing back in the pack as Vern Bliss has the number 03 working down to the inside lane. He pulls alongside of Joe Brainerd in the race for the number 5 spot. They're wheel to wheel down the back chute. Bliss downstairs. Brainerd working the middle groove into turns 3 and 4. Vern Bliss looks like he has gotten by Joe Brainerd for the number 5 position. And problems up in turn number 2 as Domanowski goes for a spin. And Carl's wheel hopping behind. Rick Jones in trouble in the 76. Also going for a loop. It's Matt Alex in the 72. Caution on the Speedway.
Well, the first 8 laps, caution free here in lap number 22. Once again, an incident over in turn number 2. Calamity Corner over there tonight. A lot of incidents have stacked up the cars over in the turns 1 and 2 area. And the only car unable to drive away after that several cars spin and an incident over there, Rick, is the Oldsmobile, the Devon Manufacturing car 76. And that is the Rick Jones car. So his car is motionless over there. Moving over to check on the welfare of the driver. We can see Rick in the car. He is A-OK. Front end damage, hopefully, Rick, and I'm saying hopefully, most of the front end damage, we hope it to be only cosmetic. We hope there's nothing of a serious nature to the suspension on the front of the Rick Jones Oldsmobile.
Well, it's definitely a domino effect incident as Domanowski got around to the 27. Cars had to scoot up high to get around him, and some serious wheel hopping over there as the 76 of Jones got up on somebody and got definitely into the air. There's no question about that. There was some space between that car and the track. And the 76 back down hard and showing some damage. And on the underside, Kenny, maybe damage we cannot see from our vantage point up in the tower. But with the distance that 76 got up in the air, that landing had to be rough and had to cause some suspension damage in that car.
That very well could be. I had forgotten. About that the 76 car did take a flyer over there, almost got to, we understand, upside down, and that very well could be the case. There could be some serious suspension damage underneath the car number 76. You look at it on the top side, don't look at that bad. Interestingly enough, Rick, the Ford fans, sometimes in short track racing, they felt a little shut out. You know, in Winston Cup, IndyCar racing, there's always been Ford competition out there. But tonight, there's a Ford up front. The long-awaited arrival, the Mike Feeblecorn car, and right now he is up front in car number 10. So we'll have to see what develops, whether a Ford can hold off this absolute group of Chevrolets that are going to eventually challenge him for the lead.
You can see some damage on the Mike Stahl number 22 by the right rear tire. The fiberglass body panel right around the tire, the wheel well itself was peeled right up, and apparently that was one of the cars that Rick Jones took a flyer right over. And as the Stahl 22 comes around the next time by, you can check it out as he passes by the grandstand.
What's really interesting about Mike Stahl, when he's not campaigning his NASCAR late model here at Holland Speedway, he goes for a large full-bodied car to a Castrol Can-Am TQ midget, so he's really diverse. He goes from a car that weighs several thousand, or probably 3,000 pounds or more, to a car that weighs about 750 pounds. So that's quite a chore to go from a little light, nimble car like that to the much bigger, certainly late model.
The white flag has been shown. We have 8 laps down, 22 to go. It'll be Mike Feeblecorn at the point, sharing the front row with Pete Sisti on the restart. Mark Bliss, who has yet to pick up a feature win in 1997, is now up in 3rd place on this restart in the 99. Alongside is the 66 of Mark Donahue. Row number 3, the other Bliss brother, Vern Bliss, making a strong drive, but alongside in this restart, look, it's the 48 of Rick Wiley, and right behind the 65 of George Score, the 7 of Art Clark. The cream is slowly rising to the top in this one. The pace truck moving off the track. Feeblecorn and Sisti will lead him down out of turn number 4. Here they come, the green is out, and we are racing once again. And it's Feeblecorn quickly moving to a full car length lead over Sisti, but Mark Bliss pulls alongside of Pete Sisti down the back chute into turn number 3. Bushy Bliss grabs the number 2 spot as they cycle out of turn number 4. Feeblecorn, Bliss, Sisti, and Bliss, your top 4. And here comes George Scora. He gets by Mark Donahue to move into the number 5 position. Mike Feeblecorn with that brand new car, about a month old, and it's having its strongest run of its existence here in the early going of this late model main event tonight, as he and Mark Bliss now try to put some distance between themselves and the 3rd place battle between Pete Sisti and Vern Bliss. George scoring the 65, trying to get in there as well. Sisti skating up on the high side through 3 and 4, opens up the inside lane for Scora to make the pass and move into the number 4 position. Rick Wiley looking to follow through on the inside and propel himself into the top 5. Stahl going for a hard spin into the infield grass. That car got airborne as it bounced over the infield road in car number 22. But we continue under green flag conditions. We have a spin over in turns 1 and 2. Denny Newrider and Rick Sharp at the rear of the field going around. So the 21 of Rick Sharp and the 18 of Denny Newrider having up problems in turn number 2, bringing out our 2nd caution of this event.
Oh, Rick Mooney once again, turn number 2. The problem corner for a couple of the drivers right now, Rick Sharp in the 21 car, and the veteran Denny Newrider in car number 18, the Valley Sales Machine.
We understand that Sonny Whitmer in the 9 has been sent to the rear of the field for his part in contacting Mike Stahl on the back chute, and that was apparently what got Mike Stahl around in his ride. So it's kind of a stop-and-go penalty under caution, and Sonny will fall to the rear of the field on this restart.
Yeah, the veteran Sonny Whitmire, like Glenwood, New York, he's been here, and he's probably, I'm almost certain, Rick, that he is the 2nd senior most driver here at Holland Speedway. He's been around almost as long as Art Clark, perhaps a couple of years a couple of years short of that time that he was here, but one of the true veterans in the NASCAR late model ranks for many, many years, the number 9 car out of Glenwood, Sonny Whitmire. Sonny is a heavy equipment operator during the week and races late models here at Holland on the weekends.
Now, when Mike Stahl went for that slide down the back chute into the grass, he hit the infield road. That car definitely got some sky between itself and the ground, and fortunately landed back on all 4 wheels again on the grass on the other side of that infield road. But we've seen that happen at Daytona at high speeds when somebody loses control and the surface suddenly changes as the car is sliding sideways.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very fortunate. He actually could have flipped the car because the car picks up speed actually once you leave the racetrack, the blacktop itself of the oval, and you get in the grass. When that car starts going through the grass, there is very, the car just seems that it picks up speed actually when it slides through there, and there's least resistance to the slide of the car. I mean, on the racetrack, there's a little bit of abrasiveness, certainly to catch the tires on the grass. It's somewhat wet and very slick, and the cars really do take off, and their speed increases significantly when they get into the infield.
Well, we have 13 laps complete, 17 to go when this race is restarted, and we will be double filing the cars before we show the white flag, as we double file our restarts up until the halfway point, single file after the halfway point.
One of the things, Rick, on restarts, all the drivers hate this. They hate driving around under the caution flag. Once they get out there, they get the adrenaline turned up, and they're ready to go racing. Then all at once, you come to a caution, and everything settles back down again. So you have to get yourself geared up as well as your race car. You have to go through the gearbox. You got to make sure you don't slip the clutch too much. You hope your tires have not went away on you, because you've heated them up under race competition, and you cool them down when you're going slower. And a lot of things can happen. And the driver himself, not only his car's got to be right there on the money, the driver himself has got to get himself psyched back up for the next green flag and continuing on here in the event.
Oh, we're double filing them for the restart. We'll get the white flag when they circle out of turn number 4 this time, and the next time around we'll get the restart green with 13 down, 17 to go. Now this restart ought to be interesting, as Mark Bliss has made his way through the field in great form, and he's going to be starting right alongside of Mike Fiebelkorn on this restart. Those 2 cars are starting to put some distance between themselves and the rest of the pack. On this restart, though, I think things may be just a little bit different, because you've got a number of strong running cars immediately behind the leaders on this restart. Vern Bliss in the 03, George scoring the 65, and Rick Wiley in the 48. And immediately behind Wiley's 48 is the 7 of Art Clark. I don't think Fiebelkorn and Mark Bliss are going to be able to open up the distance as quickly as they did on the last restart. So the lights are off in the pace truck. The next time by, we'll get the green flag, and we'll be underway again in this Winston Racing Series Late Model Pro Stock feature race. Fiebelkorn in the 10 and Mark Bliss in the 99 will move slowly through turns 3 and 4. They hit the stripe in turn number 4. They accelerate out of the turn. The green flag is on, and we are racing once again. Fiebelkorn on the inside, Bliss on the outside. Side by side down the back chute. Mark Bliss edging into the lead by a front bumper length. Fiebelkorn working the inside shorter groove, and out of turn number 4, Fiebelkorn getting swirly, and Mark Bliss takes command on this one. So it's Mark Bliss out in front. Fiebelkorn drops back to run in second. Mark Bliss has consistently run top 5 throughout the season, currently 4th in points, but has yet to pick up a victory in the 1997 season. He's out in front in the Trek Real Estate number 99. Mike Fiebelkorn working in second in car number 10. George Score 3rd in the 65. Rick Wiley is 4th in the 48. 5th is the 03 of Vern Bliss. Those top 6 cars now beginning to draw away from the balance of the field, as Art Clark rounds out the top 6 in car number 7. Dropping back to complete the top 10 at this point is the 98 of Joe Brainerd in 7th place. The 11 of Pete Sisti is 8th. Mark Donahue in the 66 is 9th. And Billy Mislin in the 1 is 10th. George George Scora taking a peek down to the inside of Fubelkorn, who in turn is trying to take a peek down to the inside of Mark Bliss. And this opens up the outside lane for Rick Wiley. Wiley in the 48 pulls alongside of George Scora through turns 3 and 4. And buries the nose of his racer right behind the rear deck lid of the Mike Fubelkorn number 10. As they race in into turn number 3. Bushy Bliss and Mike Fubelkorn getting a little tight there, and Rick Wiley trying to get a full car length over George Scora for third place. Wiley trying to stick the number 48 down to the inside groove, that time out of turn number 2. Wiley on the charge again as Fubelkorn continues to try to edge his way by Mark Bushy Bliss for the number 1 spot. Bushy Bliss continues to hold on to the top position. Here comes Rick Wiley. Can he find position to the inside of Mike Fubelkorn? Not quite that time. In the meantime, behind Art Clark, looks like he's making a move to the inside of Vern Bliss, and this time, Mark Bliss skates up high through turns 1 and 2 on Fubelkorn. Down to the inside, a little contact made down the back chute. Mark Bliss out in front again by a car length. Wiley makes his move to the outside of Fubelkorn across the stripe that time. Mark Bliss holds on to the lead as Wiley and Fubelkorn side by side down the back chute. Fubelkorn working that inside lane. Wiley to the outside. Right behind is Scora. It's Vern Bliss. It's Art Clark. Out of turn number 4, it's still Mark Bliss out in front. Here comes Rick Wiley to the outside of Fubelkorn again. Scora gets squirrely. Vern Bliss is the back out of it, and Art Clark by both of them for 4th place. And Rick Wiley has made it around Mike Fubelkorn and is now open the number 2 slot. And is putting the pressure on Bushy Bliss for the point position. Here comes Rick Wiley. Can he stick the number 48 down to the inside of the Mark Bliss number 99 into turn number 3? Here they come racing out of turn number 4, side by side. Mark Bliss and Rick Wiley. 26 down, 4 to go. Wiley making his move into turn number 1. Exiting turn number 2, Rick Wiley now has the lead. So on lap 27, Rick Wiley motors to the front in the below number 48. Out of turn number 4, here comes Fubelkorn, looking to make a move on Mark Bliss for 2nd place. Rick Wiley out in front of the 48. Mark Bliss 2nd, Fubelkorn 3rd, Art Clark is 4th, as George Scora and Vern Bliss going in for positions 5 and 6. The 2 to go signal being given to your leaders. That's still Rick Wiley out in front. It's Mark Bliss holding off Fubelkorn and Clark for 2nd place. Clark getting 2 wheels down inside the yellow stripe that time. He brings it back on the track without incident. The white flag being prepared. And it's Wiley, Bliss, Fubelkorn, Clark, Bliss, Scora, King, and Brainerd across the stripe that time on this final go-around. Your leaders setting up for the checkers this time by, and they will flutter over the hood of the number 48 of Rick Wiley. Bliss is 2nd, followed by Fubelkorn, Clark, and Vern Bliss. So Rick Wiley in for the win. This will be number 5 on the season for the driver of the Hamburg overhead door Falone trucking number 48, and will allow him to add to his points lead here at Holland this evening. There he is, your late model feature winner this evening, Rick Wiley. Your unofficial top 5 in that event. Wiley with the victory. Mark Bliss with the strongest outing of the season at 2nd in the 99. Mike Fubelkorn also with the strongest outing of the season, grabbing 3rd in the 10. Art Clark in the 7 taking 4th. Vern Bliss in the 03 completing the top 5 and tracing back to your unofficial top 10. The 65 of George Scora, the 28 of Eldon King, the 98 of Joe Brainerd, the 11 of Pete Sisti, and the 72 of Matt Alex. So he's in for the win, number 5 on the season. He brings it to a halt, and he will climb out for the victory ceremonies trackside this evening, grabbing the lead on lap number 27 on this 30-lap main event, as our winner is unbuckling himself from the cockpit of that very potent Winston Racing Series late model Pro Stock. And he will climb out in just a few short moments as soon as he gets himself together inside of that racer, gets the belts apart. There he is, ladies and gentlemen, it's Rick Wiley. Kenny Hangauer, take it away.
Well, I'll tell you what, Rick Wiley, I've seen you win them easy. I've seen you win them hard. And tonight, Rick, man, I'll tell you, you really had your work cut out for you. That front pack of cars was very, very quick. And, man, a little bit better than handling, I guess, tonight once again down the bottom side.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, I got to credit this one to Dave Newell. He found a problem with the car last week, and last week we got it better, and this week it's back to normal. The car's really hooked. Bushy was running really good tonight. Good race, and that's the way I like to win, is at the end. It's more fun that way. It's better for everybody, and it puts on a hell of a show, I guess.
Absolutely. The competition was absolutely right up there at the front. A great run once again, Rick, and you're the champion, and, man, you're a tough guy to beat, especially when you can work down that bottom groove. That's the Wiley secret. Get down the bottom, and you really work well down there.
Well, that's how Art beat my ass for a long time, so that's how you got to win around here, and that's what I learned how to do. Once they repaved the track, we've been killing them ever since on the bottom, and that's my crew and my team, the Flown Racing Team, and I just like to thank Flown Trucking. Hamburg Overhead Doors, a great sponsor. Come with us on the truck this year, too. Clark's Auto Supply, Kenworth of upstate New York, Mac Tools, and just my crew again, and Dave and Denny Newell. These guys are great.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, he's a defending champion, a several-time champion. He won tonight. How about a Holland Speedway welcome down here in Victory Circle for Rick Wiley out of Derby, New York.
See, and that one's for my family. I got a whole group of my family coming to watch me today, so that one's for them.
I'll tell you what, Rick, with all them supporters, you should run for office in Buffalo. I think you could give Jimmy Griffin or Massey Yellow a good run. One more time, ladies and gentlemen, nice round of applause for Rick Wiley and Rick Mooney taking it back upstairs.
Well, Rick will be joined in victory lane by representatives from our sponsors of the evening. And we're bringing out representatives from Daryl's Car Audio. It looks like Daryl himself out there greeting Rick Wiley, along with Amy Bork, Laura Morganti, Miss Daryl's Car Audio for 1997, and Michelle Henches. And also moving out to present will be representatives from Emmerling Dealerships, which will include Armin Engasser and Linda Kelleher. And we'll also have representatives from Kling Brothers Automotive moving in following the Emmerling presentation. Representing Kling Brothers will be Dave Kling, Jesse Kling, and Casey Kling. So our congratulations to Rick Wiley and all of our feature winners tonight, and our thank you to the Emmerling Dealerships, to Daryl's Car Audio, and to Kling Brothers for all of their support on this night of racing at Holland Speedway.